Okay, so this is going to be another video on fluidic striking, and we're going to use, so the other videos that I've done have nothing to do with martial arts, boxing, or anything else like that. There's even a disclaimer. And so you'll see that those previous videos are getting heat from people being like, oh, your technique is off, your heel came up off the ground, oh, those punches aren't hitting hard. And so you can use this as a learning opportunity, because the way that these retards are reacting to the video is a lot of the times the problem that most people have with sort of any sort of internal technique. It's so far different from what they expect that the actual technique itself is mocked and ridiculed, even though it's like these guys with all of their understanding of technique and anything else, if they actually took the time to learn and appreciate what I'm saying, if they wrap that in their understanding of form and in their understanding of technique, they could be very, very good. But these people are unconscious idiots that don't have any idea what they're doing, and so it creates kind of an insecurity, and then you get the only way that there's an energetic impulse to like go into the comment section of a video and post negatively, which I've done it, we all do it. The only way that that's happening, because there's no motivation otherwise to do it, is when you lack a complete, you lack an understanding or a skill in the thing that you've identified as. So it's like people that fight, but if they ever got into a fight with another human being who like just was going really animalistic towards them, that person knows that all of the technique and everything would be bullshit thrown out the window. And so that's why you see people throwing heat in political arguments, like spiritual arguments. Anytime somebody's being a teacher, you'll see guys in the comment section that are just drawn to criticize. They might be right, they might be wrong, but unless they were vapid, like the only way that they're in the comment section just discharging their energy like that is if they are completely vapid at that activity, and then they're trying to hide. The only way that you ever throw heat on somebody is if you're trying to like hide from your own insecurities at that activity. And so you kind of look for the flaws in other people, and while you're looking, you can't see your own insufficiencies, right? So that's what's going on. This is as related to striking as doing a squat is related to striking, or doing bicep curls, or having muscular control. There's plenty of exercises out there like bench press that somehow probably somewhat correlates to striking. Doing squats probably correlates to striking, right? And so we'll just go through actually the criticisms, right? Because this has nothing to do with striking, but you can see that these people are idiots and they don't even understand their own craft. So the first one is like, oh, okay, yeah, you got to keep your heel on the ground, and if your heel comes off the ground, or if you become like, what? Okay, so what's going on? Why is the heel on the ground? The heel's on the ground to maybe what? Provide thrust, to provide rotation to the hip, right? What's going on? Are you trying to make a post or a chain? You're trying to like make it so that that person runs into the heel on the ground or into the toe on the ground. So you're trying to create a structure where the person runs into the ground through the foot. I'm here on mud, right? So it's in terms of like, if I was going to be coaching striking or whatever, you would want to be able to throw a hard punch no matter what's going on. No matter what's going on, or where your body is, or anything else like that. You want to be able to feel where your weight is, feel where your inertia is, and just freaking clock whatever it is that you want to clock in whatever goofy ass position. This whole thing where you're like trying to maintain a position, which is fine. Be a turtle, like, right? Guard yourself. Be a turtle. Don't leave yourself open. All that stuff is like absolutely great. But when you're doing power generation on a bag, like when you're doing a bag drill, it has your heel position, especially if you're, I mean, there's so many different ways. Even if you're going to power the punch with your hips, or you're going to power the body with your rotation, it's like, just let the body do whatever it wants, and just rotate, like just pull it from everywhere. It should have like absolutely nothing to do with anything, unless you're posting up a structure. Otherwise, you know, figure out how to hit like anywhere. See, that one's pretty hard. Can I hit from way back here? Can I hit from right here? Can I hit from over here? Can I hit from up here? Right, so it's like, can I hit with my heel up? Can I hit with my heel down? Oh, wait, maybe I've been pushed back. Can I hit with my heel down? Right, whatever. Maybe you have some reason or purpose to have your heel up or down at any particular point. Only a fucking idiot would be thinking about that during a fight. Right? Only a fucking moron, totally blind to just the sheer art of aggression, is going to be looking at any of the crap that I've heard anybody talk about my non-boxing video, with the disclaimer, you know. So the fluidic thing is just feeling your water and you're hitting with that. You're already doing it. Like what I'm doing right now is I'm using it for about 70% of my motion. And you can get like right now I can get the water in my arms to flow down. I can get the water in my arms to flow sideways. I can get the water in my hips to spin. I can get the water in my hips to go down. And when I get it to flow that way, the body flows that way. So you can move and hit like water, because you're mostly water, right? So the majority of technique, athleticism, is just in the fluidic mass that you are deciding to flow or crash into something somewhere. And since it's when you move from that area, there's no effort. It's staying loose. It's staying loose. But when you're staying, you don't stay like lax. You stay, when you get the right level of loose, you're right at the same tension as water. So you're moving from the water, right? So if I'm gonna hit really hard, I want the water in my feet. I want the water in my heels. I want the whole thing. In terms of fluidic punching, maybe there's other ways to punch. Like maybe you can like fire or open your muscles really hard. And if you practice some way of generating power for like 5 or 10 years, you're going to be pretty good at it. So it's the water is all one mass of water. So in terms of my fluidic inertia to hit, it all has to flow at the same time. So that means that my heel comes along with it. The heel comes up, unless I'm sending all of the water sideways. And then frankly, I want to be just doing whatever the fuck I want with my feet and be able to send the spiral down. And so it's and I want the entire impact to come from, not from my muscles, but from my inertia, my water weight impacting with a pop or with a wave. So you can't fluidically hit any harder than this. You can only go as fast as a wave can crash. So that's this kind of relaxed. You've seen the pace of people that are like really confident, they're dialed in. They move at a particular pace and it's not fast and it just cracks. And the combos start coming. And so muscles are great because muscles attach your body to your mind and to the fluid stuff. So muscles definitely help with navigating this. They give you some level of control or interaction like a sailboat with a motor. And for some stuff, that wins. Like, well, you have a big ass motor, like huge muscles or whatever, huge traditional strength that you've developed or whatever, that tends to win over the course of a lifetime, or in extreme situations that are like overwhelming for musculature strength. Fluidic strength will work, and that's like being able to sail, to get around in the ocean just on wind and waves and sail versus get around the ocean on gas, right? It's just kind of more, that's that Tai Chi thing. It's just a little bit more sustainable. When guys are in the zone, they have it. You know, they can train hard. And when you're in that mode, just like you can only hit about this hard, you can basically also only get hit about that hard, because when people hit you, they're hitting your mind, and it's just, you just take these thumps that don't really matter, right? So that's that. When people associate this with youth, and really it's more of a location and being. So you can see, you can feel, okay, what's the water doing? Crash. And that's the cadence of a fight, because you're both going back and forth and you're sloshing. So if you're not even thinking about fighting, but just keeping distance with the bag, it's sloshing just like this bag sloshes. You know, people are constantly sloshing. So you have to be aware of how you are sloshing to be able to generate power. Right? Fighting is just the easiest way to like see it, because it gives you an object. Not fighting, punching, whatever. You get an object to like discharge the wave crashing into. And yeah, like boxing's cool. Like, maintain a wide stance for the most part. Like, just because you can punch hard like this doesn't mean it's necessarily a good position to be in at any point, but you're kind of like thinking. So if you're sitting here just like using a bag to like study force generation, I would let go of all the pretentious bullshit of what you think your body is supposed to be doing, and just focus on force generation like I was doing in the video. I wasn't focusing on proper posture or anything else. I was focusing on fluidic force generation. It was a drill, and drills happen to the exclusion of everything else. So right now I don't care what anything else is going on, because I'm only looking at the connection of my knuckles to my inertia. How am I going to connect all of my body inertia to the water in this bag? How can I put energy into that water? Can I do it very easily? Like, where does the energy come from? Where does the energy come from that I'm going to put into the bag? Does it come from my step? Does it come from sinking? Does it come from falling? Does it come from rising? Is it coming from a force that's like directly running into the bag, or is it a force that I'm like surfing, and then I run into the bag as I surf the force? There's all this stuff to kind of like focus on, but that I'm happy to like teach and talk about. But it's really distracting when these like just fucking idiots who can't fight and have no idea what they're doing come in the comment section and post a bunch of bullshit about how what I'm doing is garbage. And it's not fucking garbage. You're garbage. Like, you're just 100% garbage. You're in the comment section of my video, and there's no way for you to be there other than that you suck. It's that knowledge that you suck is the only thing motivating your desire to spend any time on me whatsoever. There's no other way that you have the motivation. Like, if you're there doing that, you're a douchebag and you're trying to hide from it. And you're using me to cover up that you're a douchebag. You're using my heel coming up to cover up that you're a douchebag. You're using, oh, my hits don't seem to be hitting very hard, even though there's, I don't know, I wouldn't want to get hit with it. I don't know how hard you want to hit. Like, oh my gosh, like if there was somebody just giving me like leg taps like that, and not even like, I mean, literally just a result of like, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like, I'm a pussy, but I wouldn't like it. And yeah. So just there's, you know, when you're being a douchebag and you're being a loser, just stay to yourself. Like, when you're trying to interact with other people, it's distracting. You're distracting me. I think what I'm doing is cool and useful and unique, and what you're doing is just some rehashed bullshit you heard about somewhere that you're trying to, I don't even know what your motivations are. They're probably stupid. What do they call it? Young, dumb, and full of cum. Right? Over here talking shit about my heel coming up, and it's like, how many times a day are you beating off? I don't, like...